I hear that you're a big HLN fan, and you've been watching the Casey Anthony show.
Oh, my
What
God,
show?
I
It's
told
not a
you don't
show.
get me
The
started
trial.
with that. I know, she got a second season. Did you hear that? They're giving the trial. They renewed it. It did great numbers. But, yeah, I got, like, I'm ashamed to say I got sucked into that mess.
Yeah.
And I was quite angry at the outcome.
Were you?
And I started twittering, and I didn't stop for 14 hours. I was just laying in bed twittering.
Did you go blind?
Almost. Because I was doing it on my phone.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah.
So, I mean, what were you twittering? I have a couple.
I was mad that she got off.
I know. Well, but they couldn't prove the case.
Oh, they proved it 100 times. So I told you, don't get me started. They proved it enough for 14 juries.
Here's one of your tweets that I was fascinated by. Jose Baez's kids to them. Your dad.
Oh, no.
Wait.
You're not setting it up right.
Oh, go ahead.
His daughter, 13 years old, which that's already a brat when you're 13, she goes on Facebook and goes, my dad is the law. You know, because he got a murderer off, and that made me mad. So I said, you should be ashamed of your dad.
You said your dad is a fat prick who purposefully nullified a jury to help a murderer get away with killing a 2-year-old baby. You really think he's fat?
Yeah, he is fat. That's like the only thing you care about.
I don't think he was that fat.
No, he's fat. He's really fat. I think he's fat, yeah.
Do you have tweeted?
He has jowls hanging over the shirt.
Well, but
that's fat.
I guess.
I mean, when I do that, they call me fat.
They've called you fat a lot.
I know. I've had to take the brunt of all the fat jokes on earth for years.
Did it hurt your feelings when you were called fat?
No, it didn't hurt my feelings. I thought it was pretty hilarious. You know, being a comic, you know how it is, Joy.
Yeah.
You're sitting there in the club, and you know, hecklers, they say worse things to you than your own kids.
Yeah. Even your ex-husbands.
Yeah. So you're used to it. You're primed. You know?
Well, they pick on women's looks because they know that it'll hurt our feelings.
Well, they hope it will.
They hope.
Yeah.
I mean, when I used to have a radio show, they hated my politics, so they would call and say, "You're ugly," and I'd say, "I'm on the radio. You don't even know what I look like."
Yeah.
You know.
And also, you know, the other thing they do is they pick at your voice, because you and I we have a voice. So they pick at that your way, you know, just incidental things that you just kind of got to get a thick skin.
And you've developed that.
Yeah,
you have.
I kind of if they're going to call me out like that, then I can call them out, you know, too. So it kind of gives you a bit of a cloak of vulnerability that makes it possible for you to be a big bitch.
It's true,
you know,
but
it kind of helps.
But did Jose Baez call you fat?
No, I called him fat.
I know. I'm just going.
Do you like Jose Baez? You're on here every day bitching about the guy. What are you talking? Now you're acting like you're his.
No. I've tried to stay somewhat neutral on this.
I'm over it. I've stopped talking about it at all because, you know, I'm trying to promote a show, and I did not want to, aside from you getting me going on it.
I'm sorry.
I did not want to, like, mix up that I'm talking about this terrible thing instead of my show, or people are mixing up that I'm using the show to promote my show. You know, using that terrible thing to promote my show. I am mad when justice fails, and that's all I have to say, and I said I'm not going to say any more.